Live from the Loop Studios in Mendon, Nevada, it's the GXTalks Podcast.
Making plans with the boys. I'm gonna hit the town. Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise. I'll push past the pain and my wounded pride. I'm gonna live it up. Yeah, stay out all night. But sure, I've had some better times. And I can't count all the tears I could write. And maybe down my list. Yeah, but the blues to me just fine.
Dome. Ah. Well, it is Thursday. It is 10 a.m. Los Angeles time. GXTalks Podcast broadcasting from the Loop Studios in Mendon, Nevada. Welcome back to the program, GXMom. Now, before you make my job exponentially harder, there you go. You knew exactly. You raised the microphone.
Shut up.
For those of you watching along and your dancing and listening pleasure, she just raised the microphone back up to her face. Would you care to tell anybody what happened exactly 3 minutes before we were supposed to go live today?
I bet you everybody would have loved to seen the camera in the studio.
I've got it because I was recording. I was recording on our cameras, and you just stood. Don't tell them what you did.
Okay, so I went and got my bone broth, and it's hotter than hot from the microwave, and I put it down on my desk.
Yep.
And we were moving things, and you asked me to move the mic, and I don't know exactly what got hung up on it.
I do. You manhandle things like you always do. You grab wires and you yank on shit. She grabbed the microphone stand with two hands and was wrestling it into position.
I thought I'm supposed to tell the story.
Well, I figured you'd leave this part out. So I'm going to let it. She grabs the microphone stand with two hands, this big extension, and does what she always does, grabs wires and pulls. And what happened?
And my whole cup of broth fell into my lap, on top of my lap. Everywhere was a full coffee cup full of hot broth.
It's a mug, yeah.
And I jumped up and jumped out of my sweats as fast as I possibly could. Forget the laptop.
Yeah.
Forget everything else. It was starting to burn. It hit like the bottom of my t-shirt, and it was my lap. It was literally
right in your
my lap.
lap.
I just stripped right there.
So I do have that on camera because I was recording our podcast. We're 3 minutes in, you're getting going. So I had all the cameras on, and
that was nasty.
Got a little show for everybody there to watch.
So my chair's wet, my desk is wet, it's sticky.
And we're going to Best Buy to get a new laptop.
My laptop died.
Well, to be fair, your laptop, 7, 8 years old, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and I kept that thing beautiful.
Oh yeah, you've always. First of all, you were so upset. I told you. I said you have never.
I'm not gonna cry because it's like
you've never spilled coffee or broth or any. You've never spilled anything in the studio on our gear in over 5 years. You've never done it once. So You know what? I'm not upset. It happens. It's an accident. It's one time in 5 years. Who cares? Ugh. The other one is you've been babying that laptop for 7 or 8 years. You've been very good about it. You need another laptop. We'll just go get you a new when it's time.
Thank you.
But, that was kind of funny. You just all of a sudden you jump up and you're stripping your clothes. And I'm like, wow, she's going right there. Oh, yep, there it is.
I missed you that much. I couldn't take it any longer.
Couldn't take it anymore. Just had to strip down for the show.
I had to.
So someone is still...
So yes, I am doing my podcast with no pants on. Visualize that. Just put a towel on the chair. My feet are up on the bar underneath the chair.
That's right.
They're not touching the carpet because it's
wet.
It smells like broth.
It smells like broth in here. The whole studio smells like bone broth.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So visualize me in panties. And I did change my t-shirt because it was wet.
Yeah, that's true. You did.
But,
you got a plain t-shirt on.
Yeah, that was fun.
So you're back. You made your trip. You've been gone to Nebraska to visit the kids and the grandbabies, and you finally came back. That's good stuff.
You know what? I love my son-in-law. He's awesome.
Wow. Not our daughter, not our grandkids. You going right for the heavy, huh?
Hey, gotta be with the guy that runs the house over there.
Oh yeah, you got.
Except they stuck me in the basement.
They always stick you in the basement. They do. Although he did go in and take off work for you to drive you around.
Yeah, he surprised me on Monday with let me back up. When he picked me up at the airport, the whole family did on Saturday, and we were driving back from Omaha to Lincoln. They live in Lincoln. We were driving by there, and he pointed out to me where SAC used to be, Strategic Air Command used to be stationed right here. And he goes, it's in the trees. It's really cool. He said the Marine Corps had like a event there.
Yeah.
And he got to go in there, and he thought it was very, very cool.
For those of you that don't know, there was two big ones like that. Think War Games. If you guys saw the movie War Games, one was NORAD, which was inside the Cheyenne Mountain, and then the other Strategic Air Command was 6-story building or whatever it is below the ground in the middle of Nebraska, where the Russians would never find it.
You wouldn't even see it. No. I couldn't see it. So anyways, he's telling me about it. He was telling me that the SR-71, one of those is in there. So we drove by it, and he was telling me all about it, and so we went to their house. So Sunday, it was snowing, so we stayed in on Sunday all day. And on Monday, he goes to work. And my granddaughter goes to school. And then all of a sudden, our daughter says, Mom, you need to get dressed. You have 1 hour to get dressed. We're leaving. And I was like, okay, where are we going? She goes, I'm not telling you. Oh. I said, okay. I said, am I outside or inside? Because it was freaking cold.
What are we dressing for?
She said, it's going to be indoors, but you got to walk in the out. I said, okay. So we're going indoors somewhere. So I get dressed, and all of a sudden, my son-in-law shows up with my granddaughter. He pulled her out of school, and he comes.
He left work early.
His boss let him leave work early. And he comes, and we get into the car, and we start driving. Now, I'm not from Nebraska, so I have no idea. But then it starts going, he's taking me. I teased him. I go, oh, so you're taking me back to the airport. You don't like your mother-in-law here. Okay, so I don't get my luggage or nothing. Nope. He goes, nope, you're out of here.
Get on the plane and leave.
That's what I teased him, and he started laughing because he thought it was funny. And then all of a sudden he gets off, and I said, oh my gosh, you're taking me to it's the SAC and Aerospace Museum is how they say it. I go, we're going here? And he's like, yes, I'm taking you today.
Because everybody on the planet knows that you are a huge fan of airplanes. You can sit and watch airplanes land at Burbank
all day
for hours. So, that's a safe bet.
I used to do that with my dad all the time. We'd go to the end of the runway and just hang out, and he would tell me all about them and explain them. Yep. I'm not as big as I used to be when I was younger.
No.
Because, oh man, I almost went, I was like, I can't do the Air Force. I knew I couldn't do military, but man, if they had girl fighter pilots back then, I might have.
Might have been tempting to try it.
I might have. The only next thing would have been to marry a fighter pilot, but
Which everybody in high school thought that's what you were going to do, was marry a fighter pilot, not a dumb mechanic in the military. You were fighter pilot bound.
Well, anyways, I didn't. But I walked in, and hanging from the ceiling was one of my dad's planes, the SR-71, and then they had this big, huge write-up about it, and I got emotional.
Yeah.
It hit me like a ton of bricks.
Oh, you called me, and you were crying, and you were upset, and you were taking pictures. I could tell you were deeply, deeply invested in this.
I was moved. Yeah. Because every time I see it now, I'm getting it like this, I'm so proud of my dad.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to tell him, and I didn't realize it growing up how influential, how big this was, how
huge, worldwide, like huge.
I had no idea.
Keeping America safe for decades. That's how important what your dad did.
And then I found out our son-in-law loves that plane too, because he's a helicopter repairman that's his MOS in the Marine Corps technically. So he knows a lot about aviation and stuff. And he goes, I've seen documentaries of this. Yeah. When Tasha told me her grandpa worked on this, he goes, I just flipped out. He goes, I wish he was still alive too. I would ask him so many questions. And so anyways, we did that. He went and bought the tickets. We walked around. It was fun getting in. They had a cockpit to get into, and I got in with the grandkids, and that was really, really fun.
You said that our son-in-law received a special invitation to apply for something while you were there, and he shared it with you. You want to tell everybody what that was?
He got an invitation. One of his higher ranking officers has moved to Virginia, and he helps repair, the Marine One helicopter for the president, and it's a special job for you. And he recommended our son-in-law to apply for it to do that job.
Our son-in-law is one of the top helicopter repair guys in the Marine Corps. He's great.
Yeah. So I was encouraging him to do that. I go, what an honor. And
Yeah.
you should really apply for that and see if you can get it. If you can get in there, how awesome is that? Then also when I was there, he announced to me, and I called you and told you that he got promoted. He is now going to be a gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Now we all have to call him Gunny. Gunny. Yeah.
So he said when he gets back to California, he'll be going back to Camp Pendleton. He said his crew's going to have to call him Gunny.
If he doesn't get that job in Virginia.
Well, he said that's going to take a while. He's definitely going to have to go back to California. That's it. There's a process to work for the president and stuff like that.
So how was your flights there and back? Do you have any interesting tidbits in there? Was it pretty normal? Everything okay? Plane didn't fall out of the sky?
No, actually, the plane ride was good. It was a little bouncy getting into Denver, as you know.
Yeah, like it is.
The only thing I don't like about Denver is the train system.
Yeah.
So when I forgot I went on a Saturday. So can you imagine Denver International Airport on a Saturday?
Well, since TSA has been kind of shut down a little bit, how difficult was it for you to get? Were the lines like a mile long?
No.
I mean, that's what everyone says on the news. They're all, DHS is shut down and TSA is going to be a mile long. Or
Well, the airports that I went to, they were very nice and was awesome. It was a little longer than normal, but the airports, except Denver, but I didn't have to go through TSA at Denver, thank God. I think that would have been awful.
Because you stayed behind TSA.
Yeah, so I didn't have to deal with Denver at all. But the other ones, they were okay. It took a little bit of time, but that was fine. But Denver was very crowded on Saturday. And then I found out that it's spring break because I noticed a lot of kids and a lot of college kids floating around. I'm like, okay, maybe
How do
it is.
college kids afford to fly everywhere for spring break? When we were growing up, spring break,
You had to drive.
Yeah, we're lucky if we had enough gas in our car to get to the beach, let alone no one's going to Cancun in the 80s when we were kids.
I
on
don't know.
spring
There were
break.
a lot of college
It's like they
kids.
got plane tickets and credit cards. Like, they're 18 years old and they're flying across the country to Miami for spring break. I'm like, who's funding this? Who's paying for this?
Yeah,
shit?
the only hiccup was that train system. So I had maybe, 45 minutes between flights when I was going to Nebraska. I thought, that's plenty of time. But when I hit the crowds and we went down the escalator to get in the train was completely packed.
Wow.
And luckily, it was just me. So I hopped in and squeezed. We were like sardines because I'm like, I got to get to the other one. And no terminal is close there.
And they're far. The whole airport is very spread out there in Denver. It's far. I mean, it's not like,
No, so anyways, I got to the gate, but I didn't have, it was 15 minutes, I think I told you, and then they boarded me. So I made it there. That was the only thing. It's just
and
the
you
train
said on
system.
one of your flights back, someone tapped you on the shoulder in the airport.
Oh, I didn't even tell this to anybody but staff. I was in line to board from, where was I? Omaha?
Yeah. Or were you coming back to, I don't know where you were. Yeah, maybe you were still in Omaha.
I can't remember. Well, anyways, I was flying back and I was in line to board. I was getting ready to be on the plane and I'm looking for my boarding pass and everything. And somebody comes up to me and goes, "Are you GXMom from genxtalks?" And I was like, that never happens to me ever.
It does, but just, it's rare.
But I was a little shocked. It made me a little scared because I wasn't expecting it. I'm third person in line to get on the plane. And I'm like, yes, I am. And they were like, "Oh, we love your husband and we love genxtalks and we listen. We didn't mean to bother you." It was really short.
But they sound like they were nice.
They were. They just wanted to, they kept, I guess him and his wife, they said they were guessing, is that her? I'm just going to go ask. It was one of those things. So that was kind of funny. And then I got on the plane and kind of laughed. But everybody kind of around me was looking at me like, who is this person?
I think it's fascinating that people can recognize you with your clothes on. That's just a whole different
Excuse
thing.
me?
I'm just saying, that's just, so you said that our son-in-law kind of dropped a bomb in a conversation.
Oh.
Out of nowhere, he said something and our daughter was like, "What?"
Well, let me tell you, I know exactly what started it. So their house has a basement, then there's the level that you come into and then you go up in the living quarters,
Right.
up above. So there's a stairwell. Well, our grandson's only a year and a half. He's crawling. He's walking, he's climbing, he's getting in everything. So the stairwell, the stair rail, they said he could stick his head through.
Yeah.
It's why those things, and they hate it. And so our daughter goes, "I hate that stair rail." And our son-in-law goes, "Don't worry, we'll be putting the house up for sale in 6 months." And she looked at him like, wait, what? And I
Hello?
went, uh-oh. And I just sat there for a minute.
You could tell right then that he cleverly dropped that in front of you where she wouldn't freak out too much.
And I just sat there going, oh, boy, this is going to be good. And she goes, wait, what? We're listing the house in 6 months? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, but we haven't painted and we have to do this and we have to do that. And he goes, I don't care. I'm selling it as is. I've looked at prices out here and nothing. Our property has not gone up. I'm just going to sell it. I want to break even. And I was like,
Wow.
oh shit. I really need to leave. But it simmered down a little bit. But I was like, well, that's continuing later.
Yeah, that's
continues.
That's a circling conversation.
Yeah.
I do like listening to the stories with the kids. I'll tell you one thing: as I get older, I listen to all of our kids every time they call for as long as they want to talk. I don't cut them off. I used to years ago. It's like, what do you want? This is something dumb and this is stupid, and because they're always calling with trivial things. I don't care anymore. Now I listen to everything the whole way through. It doesn't bother me. Briggs will come home and talk about stuff, maybe some things I don't even understand. But I listen. I don't judge them anymore. I don't try to fix their problem. I don't run around like, oh, we'll do this. Oh, we'll do that. I don't. And I also learned something, they say you learn things from your parents. It's funny. We all grew up saying with our parents
We'll
going,
never be them.
I'm never going to
be like them.
I'm never going to be like them. I'm never going to do that. And then we end up doing a lot of the things our parents did. Okay. Well, with that being said, there have been some lessons I've learned, especially with boomer parents. That's which mine were.
Mine were not.
No, but yours were actually probably a little better because they weren't boomer parents, in my opinion. Your parents were from the silent generation. However, I don't judge the kids. I listen, and I don't withhold money or love or things of, conversation because they didn't follow my instructions, which is a famous boomer thing. It's like, well, I'm not helping you with this because you lived your life poorly, and therefore you don't get any of my money. You don't get any of my advice. You don't get it. Sorry, you didn't. Boy, my parents are like that. And who are my parents saving their money for? Who are they going to give their money to? People that don't need it. Relatives that already have money, that did everything correctly, never gambled,
Probably.
did everything right, and their boomers are going to pass around money to people that don't need it. And they're like, yes, that's their reward for doing what we said. That's their reward for living a good life and following the rules. Well, those aren't the fucking people that need it. The people that need it are the ones that, drag themselves behind a car on their knees.
Is this a message for your mother?
She's not listening. My mom just listens to the podcast.
I'm just asking, is this a message for your mom?
It's kind of
kidding.
I realize it's just a boomer thing that they kind of all act that way to some degree. They're a little bit more judgmental than they should be, and Generation X not so much. But it's easy to do. It's easy to withhold and go, well, we told you, we warned you, you didn't do it, and therefore you get nothing, and that's just the way it goes. I've resigned myself to that fact that that's the way most of them are. The good news is that there are some boomers on the younger end that are a little bit more sympathetic to people that do stuff. I'm going to be one of those to my kids. I'm not just going to blindly give them stuff so they're spoiled brats and they never learn any lessons. But at the same time, when I know there's a need and I can do something, I'm going to try to help. When our son-in-law, the one you're talking about, was under that
paychecks. They weren't getting a paycheck. Military.
When the military got closed because the government got closed,
Our daughter called crying.
Yeah,
we talked about that. Her and I.
You?
Yeah.
And I told you to tell her. I said, well, if the paychecks don't come in, I'll help you out. We didn't have to go that far.
No, but I told both of them, they were both in the car, and we brought that up about, I go, if Dad and I have the means to help you at that moment in time,
we will.
If we have,
right.
money at our disposal, who knows what happens in 10,
Sure.
I said, we will help you. We will do whatever we can to help you.
Well, it's like in Briggs is trying to get a different car. And I told, he needs one like right now. He doesn't need one, a year from now. And he's saving up. He's saving up money really well. Better than any of our kids. He saves money. And I told him I will loan you the money. I'm not going to give him money for a car, but I would loan it to him and he could pay me back, and loaning it to get him on his feet. But I'm not going to turn that away. Boy, my parents, if you wanted to borrow a couple $100 for something, it was fill out these forms in triplicate and let's discuss how you got to this point in your life.
Oh gosh.
Let's go through how I'm disappointed in what you've done. And if I give you this money, you'll follow everything I tell you from this point on. That's the way it was. I mean,
I have a story about that. So my parents were silent generation. And when I went to go buy my first car, I was 20 or 21. And we went to the Lockheed Federal Credit Union because with my dad working, we could get a deal or whatever.
Yeah.
My mom told me later, my dad thought he was going to have to co-sign it.
Right.
And my dad was having an issue about it.
Right.
And she goes, I didn't know if your dad was going to do it, but I ended up getting it all on my own. And my dad was like, shit. Like, wow.
Your dad was probably more like, I can't believe Lockheed Federal Credit Union is so irresponsible. They're going to give you a loan.
But I was working. I had been working for like 3 years and I had saved up some money. I had a down payment. My credit was good. So in 3 years, and my car payment at that time was like $200. I mean, maybe it was a lot. $200 at that time was a lot, making $3.45 an hour or something. But it was funny. My dad was like, well, damn. And I don't know. I still to this day do not know if he would have co-signed. I think he would have said, well, I guess you're going to have to wait.
Well, it's like
that would have been my dad.
It's like what I did with one of our daughters. I didn't co-sign on their car, but I helped them with the down payment till they didn't need a co-signer. And I went in there and helped negotiate stuff and just helped them with the money until they got up high enough. We're like, yes, she does at this level deposit, she doesn't need a co-signer. All right, well then we can work out the money on how you pay me back or whatever after that. But that's kind of a better way for me to do it.
Right.
I'd rather loan the money than, co-sign on it in case something goes wrong. That's all.
No, we had some really good discussions. And actually my daughter made a nice little compliment about me about raising 8 kids. She goes, I just shake my head. She goes, it's so hard to do too. She's got a 7-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Yeah.
And they are all over the place. And she gets to stay home. She's one of those special ones that gets to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And she just goes, Mom, I don't know how you did it. I just don't know how. So it was nice. She goes, I just realize now how much we caused problems, but also because I was telling her about stepping away, and there were times where I stepped out of the house and cried on the driveway. Remember that? You'd come home and I'd crack because I just couldn't handle it.
There was a couple times I remember you driving away. You going?
Oh, I had to.
You waited till I got home. You said, "Here's the kids. I'm leaving." I go, "Where are you going?" You didn't even tell me. You just drove, and I'm like, "All right, well, she'll be back."
Yeah, I was back. I just had to get away. I mean, there were times it's not easy. And it's okay. I've realized as I got older, it was okay to walk away. It was okay to, I needed it. Now that I'm older, I realize I need that. Like even after we talk for a really long time on the podcast, I need some quiet time. I need to regroup. But when you have 8 kids, you don't get to regroup.
No,
there's no such thing.
There's no time out. There's always one of them knocking on the door. I tell you. So
yeah.
Something.
So
anyway,
you picked me up last night.
It was. I thought, okay, I am pretty sure all of the discussions for you landing last night were 10:30 p.m., 10:30, 10:30, 10:30.
They were supposed to be.
Okay, so I'm leaving about 9:30 because it's about 45 minutes, about 40 minutes. So,
and we talked about I'm going to have to get my luggage and I'm going to have to get off the plane. And
for those of you that have no idea, if you looked on a map where Reno Airport is, and I take off, and I'm running a little bit late, maybe 10 or 15 minutes late, not a big deal. And I get out of the house, Briggs is here cleaning stuff up. And you text me a message that says, I've just landed. And I am just getting to Washoe Lake. I'm not even there yet. I'm just on the downward. I'm on 395 coming down the hill. I'm like, oh, shit. She's landed, and I'm easily half an hour. In fact, I think I was further away than that.
No, I don't think so.
I think I was further.
It's 45 minutes from our house.
I was pretty far out. And so I didn't tell you that. I just went, okay. And then you said, I'm going to walk towards the luggage area. I wrote, okay. Then you said, better stop for the bathroom first before I get there. I wrote, okay.
You did.
Then you're like, all right, looking for my luggage, waiting for them to unload the luggage. I wrote, okay. Meanwhile, I'm doing 80 miles an hour. And then as soon as you say, I've got my luggage and I'm going to walk outside, I was just pulling into the airport.
Good timing.
I just got there. I mean, I didn't even have to wait 5 minutes. Yeah, because it took you a really long time for some reason to get off the plane. And Reno's not a big airport. Reno's pretty well
you
laid
just have
out.
to wait for the ground crew to get the thing to open the door and all that stuff. It takes a little bit. I told you I landed like when we were landing, like when we were taxiing. I was giving you time. But the other thing that was funny was, oh shit, I just forgot. Oh, when we were in Denver, my plane was already there. It was parked. It was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like the whole time from the time I told you, oh, I'm at the gate, I'm waiting, that plane never moved. So I'm sure those pilots were kind of going, let's go, because I think we left a little early.
You did. The flight tracker said you left a few minutes early, so that was good.
Yeah, and then I wasn't looking at the time, but I think he was booking it to deadhead to
380,
Reno.
180 miles an hour. It says, your flight has left 4 minutes early and will be arriving 15 minutes early. I'm like, okay, let's boogie. We had to hurry.
Yeah, because I did notice as I was walking through Denver that power outage.
Yeah, earlier.
A lot of the flights were a little my gate was at the far end of the terminal, as far as you can go. So I'm walking, looking at everybody. I'm like, ooh, these are all delayed.
Well, because there was a power outage at the Denver airport, Denver International, earlier that day, and it put everybody in chaos. So I wasn't sure you were going to get home that night. Yeah,
my plane that was picking me up in Omaha was coming from Denver, and it was delayed 30 minutes. I think we did that. So
well, at least you got where you're supposed to be from there. So she's home.
So while I was gone, you texted me and said you had lunch with Briggs and buddies or something. You were in Reno one of the days.
Yeah, I had to run I had some appointments, and I was in Reno running around doing some stuff. And I had told Briggs I'll be in Reno most of the day because he works there. And he goes, let's have lunch.
That's cool.
I've never, ever had my son tell me. I don't think any of my children have ever one time said, let's go have lunch.
That probably shocked you.
It did.
He wants to hang out with you.
Couldn't believe it.
Your kid wants to hang out with you.
And so now I'm thinking, well, I'm not missing this chance. I'm going to go have lunch with him. And so I said, where do you want to go? And he goes, Pisano's, I think was the name of it.
Oh, yeah, his favorite pizza place.
Yeah, I guess they go there a lot. So he says, Pisano's really cool. I want you to try it. And I said, all right. So I was getting there ahead of him by like probably 20 or 30 minutes because he had to wait. They don't take breaks at a certain time. They got to wait till they're at a stopping point with their electrical shit. Then they can go. So first it's downtown Reno. There is no parking.
It's not LA.
No, it's not, but it's pretty similar. There's no parking anywhere. A lot of one-way streets, no parking. So I'm circling around this building, and there's construction on some of the bridges that cross the Truckee River. So you really got to go far out of your way to even go a lap around Pisano's. So I'm like, okay. I texted him and go, dude, there's no parking. He goes, well, if you can't make it, you can't make it. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it.
I'm surprised. You're not the one that goes around blocks trying to find a parking spot.
I don't.
But because it was your son?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I finally find a place to park. It's about a mile away. And I park there, and there's a parking meter.
Oh, gosh.
Now, I understand the concept of a parking meter. I've just never lived in a city where I needed a parking meter. I know how they work. The only problem is I don't have any change on me. This thing still takes quarters, dimes, and nickels.
That's what I was going to ask you. It does?
Yeah.
No.
It had a slot for it. Yes, it did. And I didn't have any change. And then it had that little symbol on the side of it for you tap to pay.
Oh.
You take a credit card. Well, only I'm tapping like a motherfucker. Beep, 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 beep. I'm tapping the sides. It's got arrows pointing to where you're supposed to do it. It's not tapping. And I'm sitting here banging on this thing with my credit card all over around the head of this thing, and it's not even listening.
Looking stupid.
Looking dumb. People come up. Now, there's two parking meters like side by side, one for each parking slot.
Uh-huh.
And so this lady comes and parks behind me, and she walks up, and she does her credit card real quick, and it goes right through. And I'm like, God damn it. So she just smiles and walks away. I'm still finger fucking this thing, trying to get it to go, and it won't.
What?
I couldn't get it to work.
Watch your mouth.
So all of a sudden, this guy walks up behind me, and he goes, there's a slot for that. I was like, there is? And he goes, yeah.
God.
But I couldn't see it from where I'm standing because I'm tall looking down, and you got to get way down and look sideways. Like, you got to look, like, how would I know that was there? It's so not obvious. There's no arrows pointing to it. So then I put the credit card in and pull the credit card out, and it says, not approved for time, or some message like that.
What does that mean?
Well, apparently, because a parking meter doesn't have a lot of room for instructions, okay? You don't have you don't have a paragraph there. But apparently you have to put in the time you want. Like, you have to press a button 30-minute increments. Boop, 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 boop. And so you put in how much time you think you're going to need. Then you put in the credit card. Then it charges you for that time. Then you can go about your business. So I'm like,
I'm sure it said it somewhere.
Where would it say this? You can't, there's no instructions.
I'm sure it's there. You won't read.
Whatever. So I finally figured it out. And then I waddle my fat ass down through town, across the Truckee River, which the Truckee River is now, it's got concrete wall sides all the way through it going downtown. Like, there's not these soft, gentle dirt banks with bushes and trees. No, going through downtown, it's concrete.
Because I think at one time it flooded.
Well, probably. And you wouldn't want to encourage people to just hang out and, so I get it.
Okay.
But somehow in this river, there's a dude walking around fishing in the river with full waders on.
Good for him.
And he's like, not really fly fishing, but he's close to it. And he's fishing. And I was like, huh. And I'm looking up and down from this bridge. I'm thinking, how far did this guy walk down the river to get to this point?
That's probably true.
Because he had to park like 10 miles away and walk down. Here he is. He just minding his own business, had a cigar in his mouth, had his hat on with his lures on his hat, and he's just casting away, and it just having the time of his life.
Bet you that's a picture, having tall buildings up above you, but you're walking in the river.
It's a different sort of majesty, I would assume, than the mountains. But anyway, so I walked down there, and we sat there, and Briggs came out. He got there a little bit before me, I guess, and he did buy me lunch.
Wow.
He paid for my lunch, but
a whole $10? Because that's what he was telling me. Lunch cost him like $10.
It was like $6 for a slice of pizza and then $2 for a Coke.
Yeah, he said it's like $10.
So he comes out and he sits down and he brought two of his work buddies with him. Tomas, I think, was one. George was the other one.
Okay.
Tomas a little bit older. George a little bit younger, if I think I got the names and the things right. The older dude, Tomas, very respectful, shook my hand, is talking. Young kid George, I don't know, he kind of looked like a Mexican version of Snoop Dogg. Like, he had his hoodie on and he looked like he was stoned the whole time. I'm sure he wasn't, but he's had that look. So we're talking and we're laughing and carrying on and, getting along with the guys, and Briggs is there. Mm-hmm. And I made some comment about the three of them. I go, yeah, you guys working for, Brightcon or whatever. You look like Manny Mo, or no, I said Larry Cohen.
Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Larry, Moe, and Curly.
I got you.
And everybody laughed.
But they didn't know what it was.
Briggs is laughing. Tomas is laughing. George is laughing. And George, the younger guy, the Snoop Dogg looking kid. And I said, why is that funny?
You called him out.
I did. He goes, I don't know. I said, do you know what's funny about that? He goes, well, it's just funny. I go, so immediately I went into Goodfellas.
Oh,
how
Lord.
long have I been waiting to actually do this live in front of somebody? I did. He goes, well, it's just funny. I go, what's funny about it? Or am I funny? You laughing at me? Am I funny? Am I funny? Is that what you're laughing at? Because you can't tell me what was funny when I said Larry, Moe, and Curly, can you?
Oh, my God.
He goes, well, I just thought it was funny. I go, what?
Honey.
What was funny? Now, Briggs is kind of rolling his eyes like, here we go. I think Tomas, the older guy, was like looking for half a second going, is he serious?
Yes.
Or is he not serious? But George is sitting there.
Poor George.
Just still smiling with his stoned look on his face. I go, I think I even told him, why you got that stoned look on your face? You laughing at me? You don't even know what I say, Larry, Moe, and Curly. You don't even know why you're laughing. He goes, no, I really don't know. I said, what if I'd have said Manny, Moe, and Jack? What if I called you three Manny, Moe, and Jack?
Oh, my God.
Do you remember what that's from?
Yeah.
What's it from?
It was from an auto parts store.
Yeah, Pep Boys.
Pep Boys.
Manny, Moe, and Jack. I go, so I'm kind of getting stern. I go, so what if I'd have said Manny, Moe, and Jack? What would you have done then? And the table's kind of quiet for a second.
Did Briggs know?
I didn't ask, and I wasn't looking at Briggs.
Oh my God.
I go,
You just met this kid.
Would you? I know. I go, would you laugh then? He goes, yeah, I probably would have laughed. I don't even know what it is. He goes, I'd have still laughed. I don't know. I don't know what I'm laughing at. He's like, the kid's just looking like, I'm just trying to fit in, man. I don't know.
God, you probably made that kid sweat.
Oh, I don't think it was
and
that
I
bad.
wasn't there to go, he's just kidding.
No, usually you blow it for me.
Yes,
Usually
because I'm like, I see the petrified look on these kids' faces.
I've done these things before, and you let everybody off the hook all the time.
All the time.
I'm trying to do
They
something.
don't deserve it.
Yes,
No.
they do.
No, they don't.
I got all these different things I can do to people, and when you see people starting to panic, which is right where I'm trying to get people,
I know,
and then
but
you
for
let them off the hook.
for
You're
no
like,
reason you do it.
My husband's just being stupid.
He
My
is.
husband's just being a jerk. He's just being dumb. Don't worry. He doesn't mean any of this. Yeah. There was no safety valve that day. So yeah, that's how I met Tomas. I don't know if his name Thomas or Tomas. How do you spell
I
Tomas?
think. Tomas.
How do you spell Thomas?
Thomas. You drop the H.
Oh,
Dumbass.
I didn't know that. I thought when
Dumbass.
I thought when you said Tomas, you put like the apostrophe at the end. That's how you knew.
Maybe.
To say it.
Depends. That's my last name in Hungarian.
Yeah, well, this guy wasn't Hungarian. He was Mexican. So
Well, it's
maybe he had a different thing. I don't know. The guys were really cool, though. We had a good lunch with Briggs and his crew. And I don't even remember what else we talked about. But later, Briggs said that it was a good lunch and everybody thought it was funny. So
Good.
I guess that was a thing.
That's good. Speaking about Briggs.
Yeah.
All men are stupid. I don't care what age. I don't.
Why? Why do you say
you
that?
guys are okay. When I'm home, I can hear Briggs playing video games for hours,
Right.
and our other son did it too.
Yeah.
They scream, they yell, they're calling out specific places, locations, what he needs from different players. Like, I can play this game because I hear him, right?
Well, they do. They'll say things like, hey, blue
Yeah, he's
building-
like, yo, north wall, third building, second window, sniper, cover,
Yeah.
3, gold 2, gold, whatever that means. I don't know. But then I watch him around the house and he like opens the refrigerator door and can't find ketchup
Mom!
when there's just like a few things on the door.
Mom, where's the ketchup?
I'm like, I don't understand this. He can navigate a video game
Oh, for miles in
and
the game.
tell the guys where to go.
For miles in the game, yeah.
But then he needs his mommy
To find the ketchup.
to find the ketchup in the refrigerator. Please explain that one to me.
I don't know. Okay, here's one that I found myself being dumb. I'll throw myself in the category of dumb guys.
Thank you. Make it real. Go
So-
ahead. Prove me.
Well, you were in the car for part of this, but you were really preoccupied. Anyway, we went to leave, and one of the things I do enjoy about where we live is I can hear geese. I hear geese flying. They don't sit outside our window and honk all day, but I mean, I can hear them.
They fly
flying.
by. They do flybys.
They fly by. I love the way that it sounds, and it's gone, and it's just part of the atmosphere of where we live. A lot of geese in our neighborhood, hundreds and hundreds, and I dig that. So I got in the truck and I was waiting for you, and I hadn't started the engine yet, and I had the window down, and I hear a weird goose sound, like kind of a honking,
Oh, I
but
remember
from
this.
far away. And I'm like, where is that noise? And is that a flock of geese that are sick? Or is that, because it was a weird sound, but it was very much like, I could tell it was a goose.
And that's when you said, do you hear that? I'm like,
Well, I
don't
could hear
anything.
geese. I knew they were geese. I knew it. And I could hear them, but they either sounded like there was a group of them that were sick, or they were a different breed.
But you had the heater or air conditioner or something going, so all I heard was that. I'm like, what?
By the time you got in the car, I had finally started the engine, but I could still hear it out my window. That's how loud it was. I could still hear it.
Okay.
So you get in the car and you're all flustered and you're looking for stuff. And I'm like, do you hear that? And you're like, hear what? And we argued for a minute, and I finally had to shut the engine off. You still couldn't hear it. And all of a sudden I figured out what it was. Out my window is our American flag on the flagpole. And the wind was blowing a little bit, and it was turning the flagpole inside the holder. The flagpole was metal.
Oh, good
The
God.
flagpole holder was metal. And so it was making a weird squeaking sound that sounded like geese far away.
And
Now-
here's your sign. Guys are dumb.
When I finally explained it to you, you were so mad. Like, like I just.
Can I have the last 10 minutes of my life back?
Well, it's
God.
true. So you can be very tricky business we have going on out here with sounds in Minden, Nevada.
But you were getting mad because I didn't hear it. You kept going, you can't hear that? I'm like, no.
And I wasn't blaming you that you didn't think they were geese. I was mad you couldn't hear the sound.
Good God.
It was such an obvious sound.
And I was like, that's it. That's
Okay.
what you wanted me to hear.
Yes, that's what I wanted you to hear. So this little mistaken identity.
Boys are dumb.
So I did have, on that day that did a couple runnings around in Reno. One of them was I had a quick lunch with Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, who is Christine Matlock. She's married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a
case. She's part of the Prospectors Club, which is a very
elite,
snotty,
socialite,
hoity-toity. I don't know. I've only met them once. They were all very nice people, but I always tease her about it. We went to that big event in Reno, and we met probably 30 or 40 of them. They're wonderful people, but I still Little Miss Hot and Nerdy. I tell her, oh, you're part of that elite snobby group. They're not. They're nice people. But we went to this restaurant that is like their home base, and it was I think it was a Basque restaurant. I don't even remember what it was now.
Okay.
And I texted your brother, the Sun Valley Fox. He knew right where it was. He knew exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. So I go in, and I don't see her there. I think I beat her there, and I sit down in the restaurant. And she comes out of this back room and goes, oh, you don't sit out here.
Oh.
I said, why not? She goes, at the Prospectors, we have our own special room where no one can go but us.
Wow.
And I said, well...
that is not you.
Yeah. I go, my big, fat, natural white ass is sitting in a comfortable chair. Is there any problem with us sitting out here? And she kind of looks around. Well, I don't want people to see me out here. That's the look she gave me. She goes, yeah, the guy came out, like the manager, who was very, very pleased that we were there. And he goes, it's no problem. We'll bring your menus out here. They have a special Prospectors menu that only they can order off of.
Wow.
And they bring it all out there. The waitress from the other place comes out there. They're taking care of us out in the main area. And I'm like, hey, far out, man. Thanks for doing that.
You didn't want to go back there and see what was so...
No, I was like, the guy says, he goes, sir, we'd be more than happy to serve you both out here. You don't have to be back in that room. I said, far out, man. Thank you for doing that. And he was just treating me like a regular jabroni. So
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
You got a special menu.
Well, she did.
You got a special waitress.
Yeah, all right. Well, he was very cool about me letting us sit out there, so we did. Sat in the common folk area.
How do you know they didn't have like reclining seats and cushions in the back?
I don't know.
You have no idea.
Well, then you know what? I can ask either Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, or I can ask Dr. McDreamy, because that's those people sit back there. I'm the regular Joe. I'm looking for sawdust on the floor. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
You're still looking for one, and we know.
So one of the I'm flipping this from guys are dumb to girls are simple. Okay.
They can be.
So I sit there and we're trying to get caught up on a very long discussion, part 1 and part 2, about genxtalks and possible sponsorships, possible advertisers. And I'm working with Shiloh Ferguson and Christine Matlock. We're doing all these things, but Christine missed one of the meetings that we had. So I said, okay, listen, I'm going to talk to you like you're a potential sponsor. And I give her this 25-minute spiel, because I've developed it over the years, and kind of said, this is how you present genxtalks. This is how you say, this is what you do. Here's what you don't say. Here's what we offer in inclusive. And there's a way to steer the conversation. And she goes, oh, okay. So we get all the way done, paying for lunch, and we're getting ready to leave. And I said, so now that we've been here an hour, I'm trying to test her a little bit. Like, did you understand? Did you grasp it? Do you have any questions? So I simply said, all right, so you get this now? You understand what we're doing here, the format? She goes, yeah, I got it. No problem. And I'm like, oh, no problem. I gave you a lot of information. How is this like no problem? And she goes, I got it. We get people on the phone. We hand the phone to you. You give them the spiel. They hand the phone back to me, and I sell them on the advertising.
That's what I do to you.
That's exactly what you do. You go, you do an email.
Excuse me, let me go get Mr. Mendenhall on the phone for you.
You go, let me get your information. Let me get a phone call. After the phone call, when they start talking business, you go, you know what? Let me get you on a Zoom call with the general, then we'll talk. And you let me do all the heavy lifting. But that's what she took away from it. She goes, yeah, I got it. I make one phone call with them, put them on a Zoom call with you, and then I call them back and we're done, and everything's easy after
Piece of
that.
cake.
Yeah, that was the
Easy peasy.
summary of what the whole conversation was.
Easy peasy.
And then because it was the prospectors area, she didn't think I could pay.
What do you mean?
She goes, I don't know. I've never tried to pay. I have to pay because I'm one of the prospectors. And I was like, okay.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I was gonna pay for the lunch as a gentleman would do.
Yeah.
And so she ended up paying for it. And I was like, well, I don't mind taking care of you on that. And she's like, no, it's okay. Ben got a promotion. He can pay for the lunch. And I said, yeah, fuck that guy. He can pay. And then she called me later that she got sick. She didn't feel good. Like something didn't agree with her from where they ate. She eats there all the time. So it was just a fluke thing. But somehow in the conversation, it came out that the only reason she was sick is because I didn't pay. If I had paid, everything would have been fine. Oh. But because she paid, now there's illness. And I should probably feel guilty for not paying and allowing her to get sick. Women are simple.
We are.
Very simple on that. So, yeah, handed down. So she got sick, and that was her thing, was just don't get sick and die. Make sure that General pays for everything, and everyone will be healthy.
There you go.
Speaking of sick and dying.
Oh my gosh, what a transition. Okay. Are you sick and dying? Did something happen while I was gone?
Yeah.
Well,
deep emotional things.
Okay.
With people sick and dying. And it's happening all around us.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I was thinking about people's lives.
Okay.
And they want expensive bags, jewelry. They want expensive. There's a difference between people wanting to have nice things because they enjoy them versus collecting expensive things to surround yourself with expensive things.
Okay.
And of course, every person who surrounds themselves with expensive things always says, oh, no, I just like them. I enjoy them. That's the only reason. I have them they always know the right answer, but you can tell people that surround themselves with money for the wrong reasons and the ones that really are just enjoying their day-to-day life. It's really easy to tell. Like your brother, Sun Valley Fox. I love that guy. And he's got...
Your bromance?
He's got some money put away. He does.
Your BFF.
But he does things from a point of doing things when he enjoys it, when he likes it. He doesn't have a bunch of things to collect them.
He's
and put them on a
enjoying
shelf.
his retirement.
Absolutely. Everything he's got has a story behind it other than I bought it.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of guy you want to be. You want to be where if you spend the money on things, there's stories, you can handle things, you can look at things. That's what I strive for.
Okay.
So it got me to thinking about what are my goals? What am I trying to get? Well, can you build a house? Can you have stuff? And I even told your brother this a couple weeks ago. The only thing that I would ask of God, if he's going to grant me a wish, if there's a genie in a bottle and you get one wish, my wish is completely different than everybody else's.
What is it?
I don't want to live 10 seconds after you die.
Oh.
I don't want to just do me that one favor. I told God, I said, just don't. If she passes away, then I don't want to go more than 10 seconds. Nothing else matters. Would you want $1 million? You want $2 million? No, I do not.
Oh,
I don't want one damn thing in my life.
So you can't live without me.
Not even a minute. I don't even want to go 1 minute. If you die, I need to be right after you.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I can make that happen.
You could hire somebody to kill me after you die.
I can make that happen.
Hey, did you hear that Briggs lost $1,000?
How? What? No.
Yeah.
How?
It's a tragedy. So he wants to go to Morro Bay for spring break.
Yes, I know about that.
Even
you got an
though
Airbnb.
You got an Airbnb, even though he's not on spring break. You don't get spring break when you're working.
That is correct.
You don't get summers off either.
He's the only one of his friends that has a big boy job.
Yeah. So he decides to rent the Airbnb.
Oh, shit.
And he says, I read all the information. I read all the details. He goes, I really, really read the contract.
Yeah. And
So he spends $1,000 and then they have you call and go over the contract after you've signed it, after you've paid. Then you got someone calls you and says, okay, let's just make sure what you're doing, what you're not allowed to do. Let's just talk about it. And the thing says you can have 6 guests on the contract. And he's like, I think he said there was 5 of his friends and him. That's 6. And they're like, oh, what are the ages? And he's like, well, we're all like 18, 19, and 20. He goes, oh, no, there's only 5 adults. And Briggs is like, well, it says 6. Yes. But if you're going to max it out at 6, one of them has to be a minor child. He goes, it didn't say that anywhere on there. And she said, and plus you rented it, you've paid for it, you signed the contract, and you're 20. San Luis Obispo County will not allow an Airbnb to be in a contract with anyone under 21.
Did it say that?
The contract didn't. You're supposed to know the city ordinance. So Briggs like, well, then this is bullshit. He goes, I can't bring all my friends now, and I can't do I can't rent it. And they're like, yeah, you have to cancel the contract. Okay. So Briggs goes to cancel it, and he reads, if he cancels it, he loses $900 out of $1,000. He calls him back and goes, hey, fuck you. If I can't, you cancel it. You're the one doing this. You cancel it. Otherwise, I'm showing up. Now, the one thing he did, and this is, I don't know how he figured this out. It was so brilliant. He bought renter's insurance that if anything happens and you cancel, this rental insurance company will pay you.
Oh,
so
smart.
He calls them up and says, I'm going to file a claim. They're like, why? You just got the insurance thing. He goes, right. But these fuckers are now telling me I can't stay there. And they're making me cancel the contract, so I have to go to you and get my money. So wait a second. The Airbnb gets to keep $900 of the dollars because they misled him. They didn't give him all the information.
Right.
The insurance company has to pay Briggs, and they're like, wait, why do we have to pay? And Briggs is like, then you go tell them that. They did. The insurance company called up the Airbnb and said, hey, fuckers, he's got a claim on this that's bullshit, and we're going to have to pay it because you fucked this up. And I guess the insurance company has a little clout. They got attorneys. They got money. They told the Airbnb, you return his fucking money. Oh. And they did.
Oh, way to go, Briggs.
Way to go, Briggs. Yeah, he got it. He got it
He's
back.
learning.
He pitted the insurance guy against the Airbnb and said, one of you fuckers is paying me.
Smart
He goes, because
kid.
I'm trying to do the right thing here. I'm trying to follow all the rules. And you guys.
Damn.
Yeah, how slick
That was really good. I'm proud of him.
Good stuff
He's
for that.
learning.
He is.
Got to play the game.
And he called me. First, he called me upset. And I didn't give him any of this information.
Figured it out on his own?
Yeah, I probably would have had he explained every detail on what he was doing, but he was just venting.
Right.
I just listened. And then I got a phone call a couple hours later. He goes, yeah, they already refunded the money. I said, oh, good. That worked out smooth. He goes, not as smooth as you think. And then he told me the story.
That's cool.
So that's something.
So now they're
up.
not going to Morro Bay.
Yeah, Briggs, I told him, I said, look, if you're going to do stuff like this, I'm not saying be the dick of your group. I'm not saying be the asshole of your friend group. But I said, what I would do is there's one guy in their group that's 21. I go, have him do it. Have him rent everything, make all the reservations, do everything. You just kick him some cash when you get down there. Then you're out of it. It's not your responsibility, but you still pay for everything. If you said you'd pay, then you pay your part, but you don't have to be on the hook for it.
Well, the part of it is that the buddies that he have either still live at home or they're just going to college. They don't have jobs. So Brigger is on the upper hand where he's already moved out. He's a little more mature than that group. He kind of knows, he's been burned a couple times. So he's like the big boy, the dad of the group. He kind of gets everybody together.
But he's not 21 and he can't even rent a car till he's 25.
Exactly. So he was trying to be the grown-up of the group and do the whole thing. Because he told, we said that. I go, well, the thing is, the plus is that you're mature, but they're going to have to catch up sooner or later. So it's,
Right.
It was just a conversation we had, so.
Well, I think he did well. He finally got one of the other guys to do it.
Oh, good. So he's still going.
Well, he came home last night. He goes, they haven't approved my time off yet. He goes, now, I guess one of his supervisors said, yeah, you can take the time off. So he put in for it, like a couple weeks back.
Yeah, he told me that.
But he says, no one has approved it yet. He goes, and I don't know who to call. He goes, I don't want to bother Ben with it. He goes, I don't want to, run to Ben every time I don't know. I said, well, all you got to do is text Ben and say, hey, my supervisor said I could get the time off, but it hasn't been approved yet. Who do I call?
Yeah, just ask.
He'll either say, I just looked it up, I approved it for you, you're covered. Or he'll say, here's who you call. Here's the name and the number of who you talk to. That's simple.
Yeah. He's his lifeline. Like,
Right.
he
I
needs
said,
to get
just,
there.
you're not abusing your privilege with Ben. Just that's a business question you don't know the answer to. So he did. I don't know what the answer was, but he texted Ben in that way and just said, hey, what do I do here? Who do I call just to follow up? So it's good stuff. He's learning. He's on the track. I'm very proud of the man he's becoming. And I do like his friends from work. I do like the people he hangs out with. I think they're a good group of guys. I've only met a couple of them, but you can tell a lot by listening to your kids talk. So that's good stuff. Yeah. So now what were we? Oh, I saw an app. I might get it, but I may get it and I may try it. This new app. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm waiting for this one. What?
Okay.
What is this app?
Listen, don't judge me.
Sexual positions?
No. It's called Bricket.
Okay, what is that?
Check this out. So you get this app called Bricket. You take a big box of Legos. You dump them out all over your floor.
Okay.
You take a picture of all the Legos with your phone.
Okay.
Give it to the app. The app scans every Lego on the floor. And it gives you every possible thing you could build with the Legos on the floor.
Okay.
Step by step.
Wow.
Finished product. And then it tells you where the Legos are on the floor. It highlights, you're going to need these 37 Lego pieces, and it highlights them, and you can go pick them out, and you can follow the instructions, and you can build stuff. It tells you, so if you got 1,000 Legos and you dump them out all over the floor, you scan them with this app, and you're thinking to yourself, can I build the Millennium Falcon?
Oh my gosh.
It'll tell you, no, you don't have enough pieces. How about a castle? No, you don't have enough pieces. What about a motorcycle? Yes, if you want it to be blue and pink, you only have blue and pink Legos.
Gosh.
Yeah. How brilliant was a guy who took the time
Where's your Lego box?
probably in your Connex, I'd guess.
Oh, you knew we have one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know we got Legos. Listen.
I know. We have a big box of Legos.
You're married to the right guy. I remember the important stuff. If someone says, how are you coming along with your house? I don't know. But if someone says, where's your box of Legos? I know right where my box of Legos
God, boys are stupid.
I got the important stuff down. Don't think I don't, because I do. Anyway, it's called Bricket. It's pretty badass. I'm liking that stuff. Yeah. Oh,
Are you good?
Well, I was thinking of something, how, you're back and running around snapping your fingers. And I was thinking to myself out loud how I'm at your beck and call over all this stuff.
Amen.
Yeah, but then I got sidetracked because I have a question.
You saw a squirrel? Squirrel.
Yeah, I did. What does beck and call mean?
You are ready to worship me at any time.
I know the whole definition. And I know what call is. If you're beck and call, when you say call, that means if I call you, you come running. What does beck mean?
Be ready.
What is beck?
I don't know. What is beck?
I'm asking you.
You tell me what it is.
It says, I'm at your beck and call.
You said you thought about it, so you know what it is, and I'm sure you researched it. So what is beck?
I did this while we were sitting here, and you run around your underwear, taking off your pants because you spilled hot broth on you.
Yeah, and?
But I haven't had time to look shit up.
And that's when you thought of when I was running around in my underwear that
I was at your
beck and call?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was in my underwear.
I don't know. You were screaming at me to do stuff, and I was doing it. Get a towel. Get a paper towel. This is my laptop.
I wasn't screaming at anybody.
No, you were barking orders, and I was following it, and I went, wow, I'm really at her beck and call. And then I went, what is beck and call? I know what call is. What's beck? You're at my beck and call.
Probably come here. Come here. Becking. I don't know. Look it up.
I didn't look it up. I'm asking.
This is so trivial and meaningless and whatever. I want that few minutes back.
If you don't answer this with me, it's going to end up on the shower door, and we're going to work this out.
No.
Maybe beck is an abbreviation for something. BECK.
Beckoning.
Oh,
you're beckoning somebody.
Beckoning.
You're beckoning for them to come here.
I bet your Queen's Court in the Discord probably already said that, I would guess. Beckoning. Yeah.
It was originally beckoning call, Danny says.
Yeah, beckoning. Beckoning.
Two Bear says bacon call girl.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know what beck was. I knew what call was. I didn't know what beck was. Okay, mystery solved. We can move on now. That's a big thing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is there now a charging cord in our bed? a phone charging cord
Okay,
in
first
our
of all,
bed.
you were gone for a few days.
Don't
so
care.
I had some experimental time there.
Oh my
and
God.
I ran.
Please tell me there's nothing on the shower glass door.
No, there isn't. I cleaned it off. I cleaned that before I came and got you. Listen, I took a charging cord. We had a really long one for a phone. Because my phone dies.
Because you sleep with your phone.
Yeah. Duh. And even if I turn the brightness down, I put it in power saving mode, it still doesn't last all night. But now it does. Because I have a cord that I ran under the bed between the mattress and the footboard, because we have like a sleigh bed, a headboard and a footboard, and I put it up there, so I just tuck it under one of the pillows, and then when I crash out, I can plug it in. It's not even in your way, and it's not on your side of the bed. What do you care?
You cuddle up with your phone more than you cuddle up with me.
My phone loves me. You berate me. You treat me terribly.
Well, I haven't even been here for 4 days.
That could be a problem also. My phone never leaves me.
Oh my God.
My phone's
no
never gone.
kidding.
My
I
phone-
keep telling you, when they surgically implant a phone in your hand, you'll be the first one to sign up.
How would you upgrade then? No. See, that's dumb. You couldn't upgrade to the next
They'll
model
just move a
phone.
chip. You'll be like,
No.
oh my gosh.
That doesn't sound right. Oh. But my phone doesn't leave me for 4 days. You do. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
So I need
Men are dumb. Men
So,
are dumb. Men are dumb.
Do you remember when you asked me why there was flags in the front yard when we came home last night?
Yeah, I came. We got home at like 11:15 last night, and there's those little. What kind of?
There's
what are those?
the little marker flags you buy from Home Depot, like property. You put them in the grass. They stick
Yeah,
up.
and I was like, "What do you?" I thought you were up to something. I really did, but I was like,
we had
"It's
a
in the
little,
front."
we had a little conversation.
Who's we?
So the dog.
It wasn't we.
No.
It wasn't this we.
No, this is one of the times you left me. Okay, you left me and went to Nebraska.
Oh, okay. So you had a conversation with the dogs?
No, getting there. Dogs are barking like crazy and a little more than usual. So now I get up and I'm like, okay, what are you two boneheads barking about? I open up the garage door and there's two fuckers right up against my truck digging in the grass. They're hitting my truck. Like their elbows and their boots and shit. I'm like, can I help you guys? Like, no. And, it's part of the homeowners association. They found a leak in one of the pipes and they're digging up our grass. I said, would it be helpful if I moved my truck? And the two guys go, yeah, that really would be helpful. I said, and what could we have done to get me to move my truck? Being I didn't know you were out here. Let's work this out, guys. You know what? Doorbell. I bet if you guys would have rang the doorbell and said, sir, can you move your truck? I would have been happy to move it. Now I'm just going to move it because you're fucking up my truck. Don't touch my truck.
Oh.
So I moved the truck over, and they're murmuring as I'm walking back because they're fixing this pipe. Now this pipe is under. It's got a landscaping box underground built around it, but it's got a small round plastic lid. So if you take open the plastic lid and you look down inside there where the pipe is, there's a lot of room. Like there's a huge amount of room because in this underground little box that they make.
Okay.
This pipe does not come up to the surface of our lawn. It just branches off, and it's a junction way down in there, about 10 inches down.
Okay.
And it's broken right in the center of where this pipe goes through the box. And they're murmuring. Somebody drove over this. And I heard it. I stopped, turned back around, walked back out there. Said, what'd you say? Oh, I was just talking to my buddy here. Yeah, I know. What'd you say to him about someone driving over this? Oh, I'm not saying that I know. It just looks like. I said, yeah, but you're going to go tattle on me to the homeowners association that I drove over your fucking little 4-inch lid that goes to this box. And I said, so explain to me how driving over this broke that pipe.
Oh, gosh.
Well, you just drove. I said, show me. Tell me how the weight of a vehicle on this box would break the pipe in the center at all. Doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Well, the younger guy was like pointing and, it was clearly that you could, and the older guy's like, yeah, that's not how that happened. I said, yeah, I know it's not how it happened. But I want to be clear that the three of us have had this discussion before you go tattle to someone else that I fucking drove over your fucking box and broke your goddamn pipe. Because I didn't. It couldn't happen. When you're done, I'll drive over it 10 more times. I bet it won't break. That was our discussion today, or the other day when you were gone. So when you came
Damn.
back and there was pipe out there, that's why. So they fixed the pipe, they moved on, and I don't know. We'll still get a letter.
I wonder how they found it.
I don't know, because they don't even have the water on yet.
No, and it wasn't, I never saw a puddle there or
No.
anything, so I don't know how they found out that was there.
No, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, and I wonder if it had anything to do if that pipe goes under our driveway to the other side where they dinged us and said, well, you went over the lawn. I bet you it was leaking and running down
That
there.
was so funny that Briggs, it's hard to get in and out of these little driveways, and Briggs drives over the corner of the side yard just a little bit to get in the driveway sometimes, and it left tire tracks
on the grass.
on the grass. They ripped out the grass and put new grass in. It's like, if you'd have just watered that and mowed it a few times,
It'd be fine.
you'd have never known.
But I'm wondering if the water was trailing
I don't
down
know.
that way, and
I have
so
no idea,
whatever.
so-
I hate HOAs.
I do too.
I
but
really
I'm
hate
starting
it.
to have a little fun with them right now because I'm almost at my limit with stupid shit. So anyway,
I really hate him.
yeah. So what else did we do while you were gone? There's so many things happened while
I don't know.
were
You
gone.
went to. Wait, what'd you do on Monday? You called me and said,
Oh.
you went to Virginia City.
did, yeah.
You spent the day up there.
Well, I was going to spend the day up there. That turned out to be bad.
When I look at my clock 2 hours ahead, you
Yeah.
spent the day there, okay?
The whole premise was, and Shiloh Ferguson and I, and a little bit you, we've been talking about going to Virginia City and bringing back out here hometown ghost hunters. We did that interview with them a few months back. They were nice guys.
Yeah.
It seemed like a lot of fun. Virginia City's haunted. Every building up there is haunted. So let's go, figure out what we can do.
Right.
So I drive up there. I'm up there at 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday. The whole town is empty. There is nobody driving. There's no cars in any of the little motel parking lots. There's nobody walking on the streets. And this place is usually packed.
It's a ghost town.
Okay. All right. I see what you did there.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Nicely
You're
done.
welcome, America.
Yeah. So first I can't figure out where I'm supposed to go. Shiloh's like, well, you need to go to this one place. It's really the most haunted place there. So she sends me a link on Google Maps. And I look it up on Google Maps. It points me to an alley. It says, go here to this alley. And
Well,
I
it's
show her.
haunted.
I go, it's an alleyway. And I found the alley. Then she goes, no, it's the building right behind you. So I turn around. I take a picture of it. I go, this building has 6 different doors. Which one do I go in? Right as she sends me back a little circle around the door to go in, the door opens. Now I'm across the street. Okay, I'm parked in
Yeah.
my truck across the street with my window down. And this girl, she's like maybe 30. She comes out and she's actually going to drag trash cans in from the street through that door. And I said, excuse me. And I began to talk, and I'm like, hey, I was just wondering if I know you guys don't open till 11. I know it's 9 o'clock. She goes, we may not open until 12:30 or 1. Oh, okay. You want me to come back then? She goes, what do you want?
Wow.
She goes, I'm really busy. We had 30,000 people for some oyster festival. And I was like, I just wanted to have a quick conversation. And once she learned the premise, gently, the premise about social media and ghost hunting, she goes, are you with, and she told me the name of some place, are you with such and such ghost something? And I go, no, I've never heard of that. She goes, because you're not welcome in this whole town.
Wow.
I said, ma'am, I don't even know the name of what you just said. So no, I'm not affiliated with them at all. I don't even know what you mean.
Wow.
And she goes, well, I'm busy. I said, well, was trying to have a quick conversation. Can she's trying to shut the door 2 and 3 times. There's nobody around. We're talking across the street. And I said, I don't understand. I'm just trying to, she goes, we get ghost hunters here every day. We get phone calls. We don't care. We're not interested. I said, okay. And I mean, I'm doing verbal gymnastics here. I'm trying to figure out a way to extend
You mean
the conversation.
your charm wasn't working that
Not
day?
even a little bit.
Your smile?
Nope.
Did you call her darling?
I did.
Oh, it didn't work?
Nothing.
Were you feeling a little out of place there?
I was feeling like I was getting the shit kicked out of me.
You were in territory you weren't used to.
No, this is uncharted waters. Like,
Wow, the charm's not working.
my best moves weren't working.
Damn.
So,
Did you tuck tail and leave?
nope.
Oh, okay.
So I stayed a little longer.
Challenge accepted.
I prolonged the conversation a little bit more.
Okay.
And I said, listen, I don't know what's going on or why, but hey, if you know you're upset, I said, sorry, I didn't mean to, and I was just trying to find some information. And she finally came around, and she was laughing a little bit at the end. So I didn't continue. Once I got her kind of neutral, I would love to say she was on my side, but I would say she was neutral. And she goes, well, the guy's name is Justin, and he comes in the afternoon, and you can talk to him. And I said, well, if you guys are really busy today, I said, I'll just come back on a different day, And she says, yeah, you should do that. But it was not easy having that conversation. So I was like, oh my God, that's over. But it ended okay. No harm done. Didn't even mention GXTalks. So even if she associated that with a bad vibe, I never just threw out her name at all.
Good.
So I went to the second place. So Shiloh Ferguson directed me to a place called the Piper House. And again, it's well before they open, and I'm sitting there, and this woman walks up with a cup of coffee, opens the door, and walks in. I thought, well, maybe so I knocked on the door, and she came out, and she goes, what do you want? I was like, oh my God, is there something wrong with me today? And
Wow.
I
You need a haircut.
I guess.
You looked a little scruffy.
I might have been.
Maybe homeless even.
Don't go that far. So I gently started the conversation, and she goes, I'm not interested. I said, okay. I said, is there something going on in this town? She goes, yeah. We get every building in this town, every business gets calls and emails and people walking in that want to do ghost hunter stuff, and we don't give a shit anymore. And everybody comes in, well, we're a big social media channel, we're a big ghost hunting place, and if you give us the tour for free and you give us some perks and you let us have some secret access, we'll promote your building, we'll promote your business.
Okay.
And she says, does Virginia City look like it needs a little help promoting anything? I said, no, ma'am, it does not. And she said, such and such a company, other people have come up, and such a big company came up. And it sounds like, she didn't give me a lot of the details, but it sounds like they came up with a big production, cameras and crews, like a Hollywood production type of thing, and didn't find a ghost. And said so. Now,
Oh, so like disproved it that there's ghosts.
so if part of Virginia City is built on, and the biggest part is mining,
Right.
and nostalgia,
Right.
and it's been an old town for a long time, but a part of it is the ghost, the paranormal.
Right.
Well, if you have a company that comes up, you just giving them free access to everything, and they say, sorry, no ghosts, looks pretty shitty. Why would you do that as a company? I mean, it's just dumb. So she said the entire town doesn't want you here. We don't need you here. And I said, okay, hold on a second.
Whoa.
I said, I'm not part of the ghost hunter guys. I just know them. I was just trying to get some information. That is not what I do. I don't know, it's not my thing at all. And she goes, well, this town has been burned so many times that we don't even want to talk to social media at all, regardless of what you do.
Ooh. Damn, door just got slammed in your face.
And I looked at her because she was kind of waiting for me to say goodbye. And I said, okay, I'm sorry that your last girlfriend hurt you. But I'm not that person. I'm not that company. I'm not that media. Sorry, not me.
Right.
And it was another tooth-pulling conversation.
But you were exhausted.
It was tough. And she finally came around and she was more helpful. But I mean, every answer was like a fight. Like I said one time, I said, well, listen, if it worked out to where these guys came out and did some stuff, I'd make sure that they followed whatever rules you put in place and they were respectful and nice. I want you to feel like I'm on your side. And she snaps back, well, there's no sides. There's no sides. This is just a person arguing to argue. There's no sides. I go, yeah, there is. It's Virginia City against everybody. It's all of you here locals against the world. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. Well, that's true. She got a little.
But the way they're acting can be turned around, and you can go tell people, you know what, they're not very nice up there. Like,
right. And
it can be turned around on them too.
I don't want to do that.
I know, but I'm just saying.
In fact, there's part of me that doesn't even want to talk about this ghost stupid stuff anymore because I'm going to ruin the chance for GXTalks to be up there just talking to old timers about mining, about the old days. The ghost thing was like just this outside peripheral, hey, that would be kind of cool to do it.
But we don't have to.
No, I don't even want to anymore.
No,
and again, I never mentioned Gen X Talk, so there's no bad stigmatism with our name. But 2 people up there opened the door and said, "Get out, I don't want to talk to you." I did end up having a nice conversation with the second lady. She did shake my hand. I said, "Hey, I'll come back next week. And I'll take the tour. I'll pay for the tour. We'll talk." And she goes, "That'll be fine. Let's do that. That'll be good. And I'll talk to you then." She came around, but it's like verbally going 3 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and you may have to go through it again if you go back, maybe.
I don't want to. I'm going to go back. Here's my plan. Okay. I'm going to go back to the Piper House. I'm going to take the tour because I want to. I want to go. I'm interested in this. And then when she's done and she said she'll interview me, and that'll be the first step towards this ghost hunter thing.
Wow.
When she gets to that point, I'm going to say, you know what? Pass. Not interested anymore. I don't want to ruin things with us. I'll take the tour. I'll pay for a tour in every place in this town. I will sit with old timers and have a whiskey and listen. I forget I even brought up the ghost hunter thing. I don't even care anymore. I don't want to ruin my potential friendship with anybody in this town over something you guys are angry about and feel so strongly about. Not interested. That's the way I'm going to approach it, and just say, let's just skip all that. Let's just be friends. That's my approach, because I do not want to ruffle any feathers. You know, I'm not going to go to bat for hometown ghost guys, even though I like them, and risk Gen X Talks over. Why would I do that? So that's one. And then St. Donna sent me a picture. I guess there is a Northern Nevada ghost hunters. I guess they're on Instagram and Facebook. I kind of briefly looked them up. I made a phone call to them, found their phone number, and said I'd like to interview them and just talk about their job and their business and what they do. I
wonder if they've been
I'm sure
ousted out of there.
No, I think they're big enough and they're local. Like, this is our town too. You know, I think one of the things that I did find about them, I think they have a better in. You know, being local. So I contacted them and I thought, you know, maybe I'll just interview them and find out what they know. And I'm kind of dropping the whole thing with the town of Virginia City. I'm only going to go up there when it suits me. Of course, I tell this story to Shiloh Ferguson, and she says, just take baby steps, go really slow. I told the story to Christine Matlock, Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, and she goes, you know what we need to do? We should go up there every Friday and just drink. Every Friday, let's go up there and drink with the old timers until they get to know us. I was like, that is a lot of drinking. That
could take months.
Yeah, she was stepping up, like, let's just do it. Let's just go drink until they accept us. I was like, well, I think they're going to need a drink. But also something weird about Virginia City has one main road that goes right through it, and it's got a double yellow line.
Yep.
And in the center of the double yellow line, it's painted green.
I never noticed that.
And I wonder if that was just for St. Patrick's Day. Like, do they go unpaint that line?
I don't know.
It was weird when I was up there. The whole right through the center of town, in between the 2 yellow lines is a green line, and I didn't know why.
I don't know.
I really didn't feel like asking anybody.
Guess we'll find out when we go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ask.
So when you say I spent the whole day there, no. After the second conversation, I drove away. Wow. I left. Wow. I didn't want to have any conversations. It was tough. I don't think I did any damage. I think I recovered nicely, but boy, those 2 girls put me through the ringer. It was not an easy conversation.
So it's like the whole town is obviously like that, not like one person.
No, it's the entire town is, we don't like ghost hunters and we don't like social media. We tolerate you. At best, we tolerate you, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I get you. And that was just tough. So
when I was gone, did you go out to the property at all? Did you get things? I'm so proud of you for doing this stuff without me.
I know. I'm like a big boy.
I know. You didn't just sit home and do nothing.
I was managed to get all of my gear in the truck myself.
What?
My hat, my wallet, my bottle of water.
You mean your diaper bag?
I don't have a diaper bag. You have a diaper bag. I threw everything in my hat and carried it out to the truck. Didn't forget anything. Had all my stuff there. We went to Dayton. It was Costco Jimmy. Blake was there. Hello from Rob. Sun Valley Fox and Briggs and myself. We went out there. We got the Sun Valley Fox's John Deere lawnmower out. We pulled a lot of the sagebrush out of the front of the property because it really looked bad.
Yeah, it did.
We got that done. And then we started pulling up fencing in the horse area.
Okay.
A lot of the big railroad ties. We just poked holes in the ground next to it, wiggled it loose, and pulled it out there. Blake and Briggs did some of those, and Sun Valley Fox did some. We dug a big hole with the tractor and buried all the weeds.
How'd that go? Because that was my brother's idea, right? No, it was the neighbor's idea.
No, that was the other Joe from way back in the day.
So how did that turn out?
It worked out pretty good. He dug a really long, big trench that was 5 or 6 feet wide and about 4 or 5 feet deep. We loaded up the trailer with all the stuff and drug it around and put it in there. Put all the dirt back over it and drove over it a bunch of times. We're probably going to have to add some more dirt. It'll sink a little bit. It'll compress a little bit, but it turned out fine.
Oh, that's cool.
We're driving over it, so it's not that bad.
That's good.
And we just got a ton of stuff done. We got to go back out on a Sunday. I'm hoping Briggs will go out this Sunday again. Your brother's kind of getting to the point of, he didn't quite say this, but he's like, well, learn how to use the tractor so I don't have to go every time. Kind of like, there's the tractor.
That's not what he said.
That's what he said. He goes, that way if you need it when I'm not around, you can just grab the tractor and go. Now, on the surface, that sounds nice. Like, hey, that's really cool that your brother-in-law trusts you with the tractor. You can go do the stuff on your own. But part of it is, quit dragging me out to Dayton. There's the tractor. Fill it up with gas when you're done.
He loves it. What
I'm
are you
just saying
talking
that
about?
won't be surprised if there's pictures from some specific Sundays out there and there's no fox. I'm just saying.
I highly doubt that.
All right,
he's probably going, let's go. Let's get this house, this property. You need to move in there. That's what he's saying.
So I did. I posted all the pictures on the member site. Members in Patreon and got it. People who are on the General's Lunchbox is a Facebook page. And YouTube members, they got a bunch of the pictures too. With a lot of explanation and stories and arrows. And then I just put up the generic pictures on Discord in the Dayton thread for everybody just to kind of look through. But I did get a lot of personal compliments on, I used AI to make the tack house from green to red. I kind of had a barn idea for it.
I saw it. It's very cool.
Now, did you think so?
Yeah, I do. I think that's a really great idea.
It's a little bit darker red.
That's okay. A brick red.
It's a brick red, but
that's what I want.
I
don't want fire engine red.
Well, you know what? It's really not your decision.
Kind of is.
I'm the one who came up with the idea to paint the tack house like a barn with red trim on it. This wasn't even this wasn't even on your radar.
Yes, it was. You told me about it like 2 years ago.
I told you about it.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, maybe I forgot to say in my vision of what I was telling you, the shade of red that I'm going to use. Maybe I forgot to tell you that. Being it was my vision, you're just going to have to go with what I was thinking.
Are you done talking?
A little bit. I think I am. So I did.
Did you ever get in touch with our engineer guy?
Oh yeah, there's no update on that. Got lots of things in my life that have no update.
Okay, cool.
No update.
You're a dick.
Yeah, well, there you go. So there's some of our stuff.
So before I was in Denver when your show started last night.
Yeah.
And I started listening to the first part of it, and it was really, really good. What was this? Off the record.
Off the record
show last night. And you started talking about the mind. Which mind were we talking about last night? Because I had to leave. I had to get off and get on the plane, and then
I had a couple of phone calls lined up for people to call in.
Okay.
I had been texting during the day, and the shop phone was dying, and it wouldn't take a charge. No matter what I did, I could hold the cord, try a different cord. It had something to do with the port, and the phone was not letting it charge the battery. And I was trying like crazy, and I got to the show time, and there was like 12%. It wasn't holding a charge; it was still discharging. Okay. So I thought, well, might have enough for one phone call. And you had been bugging me forever to talk about the Los Padres mine. So I just kind of briefly, and I mean, I intentionally was vague. And I talked about Wild Bill and how he had 1,000 gold stories, but only 3 of them were true. I talked a little bit about the gold jars, the double eagle gold coins.
Yeah,
in the Mason
I heard
jar
that part. Yeah.
in Keysville. And then I talked about the World War II gold out on Route 66.
I heard that one.
And I summarized so they could understand the stories. You can go in. Each story would take an hour and a half, 2 hours each story.
Yes.
So I summarized. Then I went on to the third story, which we have never talked about on genxtalks in 5 years ever once.
Okay.
And I kind of summarized. I intentionally skipped around, but gave them the lay of the land on what it was and what it meant, and a little bit about what I know. and talked about one of Bill's friends who's still alive over the hill from us. I said, he's coming over, and we're going to get studio time, and we are going to go over this whole thing, line by line.
You need to get it before he passes away. He's getting as old as your dad. He's getting up there.
He's got to be 78 by now or so.
Yeah.
So it was, we did, and then by the time the phone never recharged, I didn't get to a phone call. I'll have to apologize to everyone. And then I did, I made it an hour. The whole show went an hour. But there's a couple things that we want to talk about relating to Gen X Talks programs. One is, you had me cut off YouTube last night, and it didn't feel right. I did it. I did what you want. It's just like, I don't know, that I kind of felt like we should have done it. And I didn't. I did not broadcast on YouTube, but I kind of felt like we need to go back to that. So we got to revisit that. We're so close on all of our programs and all of our shows. We just have to make a final decision on where we're going to display them.
Okay, but before you head on, if they want to listen to this story that you did last night on Off the Record, where can they go to?
I'm going to post that. I'm going to edit that today, and that will be on our Spotify channel. We have.
Okay, so if they want to hear the story from last night, they can go to Spotify.
And here's where all this is going. If you go to our website, genxtalks.com, and you scroll down, there's a thing called the interviews. And it's got a picture of me with a microphone or something. But you click on that, and the next page is 3 pictures. And it shows Off the Record, Community Section, and Big Interviews. And if you click on one of those 3 pictures, depending on what you're looking for, if you go to the interview page on that little icon, the picture on our website, and like, yeah, I'd like to listen to a podcast or a show or an interview, but you don't know where to find it, this is kind of a menu. It's after today, it's going to lead you right to where everything is. This will show all of the previous stuff. Now, what I also do is on our website, whatever the most current Off the Record show is, I put a picture and a link right to it, right up front.
Okay.
But there's also a way to get to all of them. Interviews, the latest interview is on our website, but there's also a way to look at all the old ones. Same thing with our podcast, same thing with our community. I'm trying to make it very simple on how to get to things. Click and a picture comes up and it says, do you want to listen or do you want to watch? There's an audio version and a video version. So all that's coming. And the only thing we have to figure out is where we're broadcasting each show. That's like the last thing we have to do with Gen X Talks is where are these shows available, and then just be consistent. Now, Garage Show, take that for example. I know we should be on one of the Facebook pages. I'm thinking Facebook Blue. We should be on YouTube, and we should go vertical on both of those, and we can be horizontal on Rumble. I think everything we do, we should be on Rumble also, so that if people, crybabies like Papa Smurf, wants to be a crybaby about it and go, I don't like vertical.
Wow, you just called him out?
I can't stand vertical. I'm not going to get used to vertical.
Damn!
Then don't. Then,
Sorry,
hey,
Papa Smurf. Sorry, Papa Smurf.
Guess what, big boy? Then go over to Rumble. Because here's what will happen. Guys like Papa Smurf will be like, I don't like vertical. Okay, then go to Rumble. I don't like Rumble.
Leave my Papa Smurf alone.
So the conversation is not just Papa Smurf. Follow me on this. A guy will say, I don't like vertical. Okay, we have it on Rumble. Rumble's horizontal. Go to Rumble. I don't like Rumble. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Princess Smurf. Let's just get all the shit. I'm sorry, Princess Smurf, where would you like it to be? Well, I'd like it to be on YouTube, thank you, and horizontal, thank you. And I'd like some of the conversation, I'd like some of the pictures moved in a different place. I'm sorry, Princess Smurf. Let's move everything around where you want it to
Poor
be.
Papa Smurf, man.
Well, you're the one who brought up that he was whining about it. If you'd have brought up it with somebody else, I'd use somebody else.
I didn't say he whined. He just said he didn't like it.
And then you said you'll get used to it.
That's what I told him. I said,
he goes, no, I won't. So I get what he's saying, a big whiner, baby. Okay, here's the other thing, and I wish maybe someone would know this. So let's say for Papa Smurf, we're going to go live on YouTube, vertical and horizontal. And it'll do it. We've done that before.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Danny H has got an answer for this or if he even looked, but what happens is we broadcast the show, and YouTube is the only place they let you do this. They give you, would you like to broadcast vertical or horizontal or both? We've done it both a couple of times just to test it. And people go, well, it's vertical. I'm watching YouTube vertical. And we tell them, well, it's also being broadcast horizontal. How do I go see that? How do I switch over? And people that are on horizontal go, how do I switch to vertical? I don't know how to do that. I can't come to your house, Papa Smurf, and grab your phone out of your hand and switch you from vertical to horizontal on YouTube.
Leave my Papa Smurf alone.
I don't know how to do it. So we still have to figure, because I don't know how YouTube sends it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to send it out vertical or send it out. I don't know how you switch over. So even if we offer both, and even if Danny H is in there telling people, if you don't like the format, go to the other side. I don't know how we tell them to do that. But that is the last thing we have to figure out.
Yeah.
At Gen X Talks is how we're broadcasting and where, and then leave it and just be consistent every time. But I think no matter what, we are going to build our audience on Rumble by being regular, full, horizontal. There's people that watch on their TVs. There's people that turn their phones sideways. There's people that watch on their computers. I think every show needs to be on Rumble on the big version so everyone can see it. If you get frustrated on Facebook, go to Rumble. You don't like it on TikTok, go to Rumble. We'll just make an announcement. Rumble is the horizontal format. Everything else we have to figure out, but we're trying. It's not like, we're forcing everybody to do it, but the reason, and this is what bothers people. We have, let's say, 1,000 people that follow us on YouTube that hate horizontal. And they say, don't our 1,000 of voices count? We're loyal followers. We're part of the Gen X Talks family. And none of us 1,000 like vertical. We should be horizontal. And our voices should count. Well, you're excluding 14 other 1,000 people that don't know Gen X Talks has a live stream. We can't reach them. We can't get to them unless we go vertical. So do we just tell them, fuck it, you guys don't get to participate? That other 14,000 people, they don't get to know? They don't get a choice because we have 1,000 people that say, I don't like vertical? That's tough. Shiloh says that's selfish. Christine Matlock says that's selfish. You 1,000 people want to keep us all to yourselves in your horizontal selfish format.
You want to get off your soapbox now?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, we're trying to figure out the problem. Not only so you guys can watch the programs the way you want, but we're trying to allow a bunch of other people to let them know what we're doing. And we're trying to find a way to do both of that. So we are going to broadcast horizontal on Rumble. That'll be the fail-safe. Everybody can go over there. Or we are going to broadcast dual on YouTube, and you guys are going to have to figure out how to switch because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to tell you that. But that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So after today, Princess Smurf won't be upset. There will be horizontal on YouTube. He's just going to have to go find it.
Wow. You're just coming after my court one by one.
Well, you just said the one name, so that's the only name I got. I
was just trying to tell you that they don't like vertical. I was just sending you information. That's all. Good God.
Well, I'm just telling you, so I'm going to do my best. We're doing what we
Leave Papa
can.
Smurf alone.
Also, for those of you who are listening live, consider yourselves fortunate, blessed, lucky, and smart because after this thing goes public, it will be subscription only. Now, if you want to wait a month or 6 weeks, it'll be available on YouTube 2 months from now. Not everybody likes that, but subscription will be. I have an idea. Boy, you were beating me up in the truck on the way home last night because there's a couple people that had ideas. It's subscription on Spotify. All of our interviews, you pay one monthly subscription. It's like $6. You get all of our shows. You get guaranteed. You get four podcasts a month, guaranteed. Plus, all the interviews we do go on there, and they're behind the subscription.
Wow,
so,
that's pretty good.
So they're going to get a lot for $6.
Yeah.
However, there's so many people that don't like Spotify. They just don't care for it. They're not interested.
Yeah.
Well, what if we had a $6 level on Patreon? And we said, hey, it's $6 on Patreon, and I put up every podcast, every interview on Patreon, but only for that tier subscriber. What if we did that on YouTube? YouTube, you made a $6 one and said, hey, if you guys want to do this, and of course, there's a bunch of people that do the $9.99 one already. They're included. They get them. They get them all. So anybody who's the the $6 tier on YouTube as a member or above, they get them. Now they don't have to be on Spotify, and it's the same price.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
I mean, there's probably some downsides to it that I haven't thought of, but that's a good way to tune everything in. And if you don't like Spotify, we've now given you another way to go check out the programs. And I think they should get them quickly, immediately, and first. That's my thought.
Okay.
So there's the quick synopsis for all of you members. You're talking about how we're going to broadcast, where we're going to broadcast, and what we're going to do. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm just giving Papa Smurf shit. He's been around a long time. He's part of the genxtalks family, and he knows he's got broad shoulders, so he's taking this all. He doesn't give a shit. He's fine.
Okay.
Is there anything else? I'm not giving a car story today. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. My back is starting to hurt.
Are you going? How long have we been here, Sal? Since you've been here?
And now that my back is starting to hurt, probably an hour and a half-ish, something like that. 1:30.
1:37. You're right. Yeah.
It's starting to hurt. I
Well,
got to get up and move.
Are you going back to bed? Because you're still tired.
I am. I'm really tired. No, not yet. I don't think. I got to go take a shower because I'm all yucky. Like.
So we got a big day today. As you know, Gen X Talks, we got the World Show tonight. We got a lot of special stuff coming out during the day. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned on all the member sites. We'll be flooding you guys with things. And then tomorrow, we're headed over to the Sun Valley Fox. We have some interesting stuff to do for the show. Now, the sunlight is out. We received, Big Blue received a starter. We got a used starter in a box. Do we test it? How do we test it? Or do we just put it in?
Is that the moral of the story?
Well, here's the thing. You can test the starter out on the ground to make sure it spins. But you have no way of knowing if it's got the oomph to spin the motor.
Okay.
It can spin freely outside, but
is that the garage show?
That's part of the garage show. We're going to have cameras.
For the people that are listening to this later, you've missed it. No,
well, you guys will hear this. Yeah, for this is we're at March 9. We're Thursday, March 19th at 11:37. So tomorrow, the 12th, we will be doing that show from the Foxhole Studios in Minden, Nevada. We're going to
say on the 12th. It's the 19th.
Oh, 20th. Let me back up.
Yeah, let's start that over.
Today is Thursday, March 19th. It's 11:37. And tomorrow is Friday, March 20th. And we will be at the Foxhole Studios in Minden, Nevada. Cameras, we're trying to put cameras under the vehicle, under Big Blue, pointing at the work area so you can actually see what we're doing.
Oh, my goodness.
This is all relying on the Sun Valley Fox handing me the correct tools when I ask for them. I can see him fucking this up on purpose.
He used to hand tools to my dad, so I'm sure.
Great. This is going to go over really well. Anyway, it should be a lot of fun. It's a busy few days. Yeah. Saturday is going to be a busy day for us, too, around here. We got a lot of stuff going on, plus the Bottom of the Glass Nation show, which is going to be a big show on Saturday night. And then we have more interviews scheduled, more stuff going on downtown in Reno. Little Miss Hot and Nerdy's got some things lined up. It's exciting. Things are really starting to pick up and move, and we're heading out. Listen, for all of you out there listening, tell one friend. Just tell one person that this might be worth a listen to.
Or share it.
That's all. They can't. It's behind a subscription wall.
Sorry.
How about I handle this part of the program? You sit there and look pretty.
Okay, I'll just sit back.
Okay. Just tell one friend that it's worth trying, that the interviews might, and that just one friend, one time. If each of you tell one person, it would help on our channel a lot. We're not telling you to convince them to listen to a shitty program. We're going to give it our best effort all the time. We will earn them as a member. We will earn them as a subscriber, but please tell someone to give us a shot. It really does help out a lot. We'll carry the load from there. All right, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening along. Not sure where you're chiming in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you're listening on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things in this life. Number one, wherever you go, there you are. And number two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side, because I'm out, baby. I got to go. You're mocking me. Did you see that? You're mocking me the whole time.
Bye, everyone.
I don't like you anymore.
It's okay.
Everybody's real, no less.